Morning, you have 6 minutes.
Thank you very much, Lasca Ehrlich. I'd like to welcome the Minister back to the House this evening. It's great to see you again. And welcome all the members in the gallery, all the youth workers, all the volunteers and all the youth groups, and acknowledge with deep gratitude the essential service that you provide to all the youth in the country. I had a whole speech made out. I don't want to regurgitate what has been brought up, and I commend Senator Van Turnhout on bringing this motion to the House this evening, but I just feel I can't start to deliver even what I wanted to say until I just, if I could, address some of the remarks made by my colleague from the other side of the House. I must say, as a former teacher and somebody who has been involved with young people for the last 27 years, I absolutely ask you to reconsider and rethink what you're saying. I have come, maybe I'm wrong, but the implication that I seem to be getting is that there are parents who don't teach their children how to behave, or that it's not being taught in school. I think the whole purpose of our children, that children in our schools, it's something that's within us, in the vast majority of children. Maybe it's in my experience, but who are innately good people, and given the opportunity, they are. Transition year is the ideal year to allow our children to develop as people and to become good citizens. For volunteering, I could name countless amount of students from first year to sixth year, and many of whom have had absolutely no parental support in what they do or in how they're brought up, but they are the first people that I would have relied on in school. They are the people who are the most considerate to people with disability, who are the people who seem to inadvertently understand what other people are going through. So I honestly don't feel that anybody can stand up and say just because they haven't got the parental support that they don't turn out into good people. Some of the best people in this country have come up through that.
You're having a debate, and I just want to...
No, I take your point, but I really would like to use my 6 minutes to speak.
The system isn't ideal, and we have the lowest
voter... No system is ideal, Senator. Absolutely no system is ideal. Yes, exactly.
That is what this private member's motion is about.
Sorry, could I call a bit of order to this debate, please? Senator Morgan, please, without interruption.
More about failed systems than
if I could use my time.
Speak on the amendment, please.
There is a body of evidence to back up the belief that youth work and non-formal education makes a significant contribution to society, and we're all agreed on that. In a number of key areas, youth work is filling the gaps left by the formal education sector. And nowhere is this more vital now that we have youth work, as in this present economic situation where we need it, and reference has been made to the youth unemployment and the unemployment. And I do welcome the fact that a youth guarantee for Europe is presently making great strides, and it is something that I look forward to next year. As I said, I've got completely sidetracked, and you're probably going to tell me that I'm going to run out of time in a minute. But I just would like to make a few brief points, and like my fellow senator from County Louth, I think besides being the age-friendly county at the best, I think between the two of us we're certainly going to, we don't need a gathering at County Louth next year to promote everything that happens in County Louth. A perhaps unforeseen knock-on effect of the banking crisis and consequent recession in Ireland has been the rise in voluntary participation in youth work. And I just like to make brief reference to County Louth VEC and the youth service, and how they have noticed that interest and establishment of new youth groups and youth initiatives is gaining momentum as adults are turning to volunteering as a way to practically and actively make use of the extra time that they have available. Louth VEC have been very forthcoming in developing these new courses referred to earlier, and I know that recently 46 groups from County Louth received funding grants from the VEC, and I think this is something that's very positive and shows that the Celtic Tiger didn't actually turn everybody into money-grabbing, self-centred, jet-setting socialites, as is often portrayed in the media. If I could, I would just like to, again, you know, everybody has talked about the value of youth work and how good they are, and I would just like to make brief references to two that I perhaps have known, and I know the Minister has visited in recent areas in Dundalk, and one of them is the house, which is situated and was started off really from nothing, and this year celebrated its 25th anniversary, and I know, Minister, you were there that day when we went through everything that they have achieved there, and have gone to endless amounts, as have other youth groups throughout the country, to help and promote and help a lot of these young people that perhaps, you know, would have gone down the wrong roads. And we've, as I said, as a former teacher, I'm constantly amazed at how beneficial they are. And sometimes it's you know, to the youth club or the youth service or the person that's there. And what they would report even back to me is that it's the feeling of care, of knowing that somebody is concerned, of helping them, of, you know, volunteering. But I don't think it's even something, as I said, I have to go back to that I don't think that's something that you can teach. That's something that's in us. It's something that's innate in us as a people, I think. I'd also like to make reference to the valuable work that Louth Corla have done, particularly last year in developing the mental health app. And as somebody who has a great interest, I know, in suicide, as I know you have, and suicide awareness, I think the mental health app that they produced last year was a testament to what young people can do when left to their own resources, and everything that they did, they came up with their own ideas. The Youth Cafe in Dundalk as well, which I know you established, and I would just like to make a brief
very brief,
tribute to Sister Pearl Deary, who I knew, who worked there, who was there, Minister, when you came last year, and who unfortunately passed away during the year. And I must just say, I mean, I think this was another example of how the youth and the tributes that they paid to that lady at her funeral, and the services and the verbal things, and the amount of people, of young people, who turned up to pay tribute. And I think that just shows the respect that young people have for their elders. Briefly, because I was interrupted.
That was briefly.
I just would like to mention Belong To and the excellent work that is done there for the youth and LGBT, and how I mean, you just, and I know, Minister, you're well aware of the work, but they are the most vulnerable of all young people for being bullied, and you know, the instances, statistics show the attempted suicide, the self-harm, and it is an area, and I think that full support needs to be them to build their level of service.
Senator, please, I really do have to ask you to conclude. Thank you.